Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Your Grace, everything went to plan in the north. His Uncle Owen went to one knee as he passed on this valuable information. All the Northmen bent the knee and rejoiced at the return of their true king. I have brought with me the usurper Lord Flint, as well as his son and heir. King Donald saw fit to seat Flint's grandson as Lord of House Flint's ancestral home. He should have put the entire line to death, thought Enger, slightly annoyed. My good brother is merciful, Enger smiled. Where might my other good brother be? Lord Bolton, Your Grace? Enger nodded. He returned home to the Dreadfort straight after the coronation. This did not surprise Enger. He knew Theon despised him. His own feelings towards his sister's husband were quite mutual. Have the Flints taken to the dungeon for now. Uncle, I have a new job for you, of the utmost importance. You, accompanied by my mother and Lord Corbury, will travel to the Vale to meet with the High Lords Royce, Belmore, Waynwood and Hunter. We will try and win them to our side, through whatever means necessary. Marriages, gold, promised lands and titles, whatever it takes, to further turn them against the Iron Queen. Lord Maiden, meanwhile, will be sent to visit the Savage Mountain clans to negotiate. With the North now tamed with his puppet king and very little chance of revolts, he had managed to accomplish what his grandsire and father had spent their entire lives trying to achieve in just a few short years. And should his mother and uncle succeed, it would only be a matter of time until the Mountain and Vale soon followed and fell to Andalian rule. Would you be proud of me now, Ambrose? Would I yet be worthy of your attention? Enger's joy drained from him almost instantly, rapidly replaced with feelings of pure hate and loathing. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we return to Andalia and the High King Enger the Uncaring. There in that intro was obviously as High King Enger himself as he looked over the success of his ambition of reclaiming the North for the Starks as a puppet kingdom, and then looking further into his ambitions of what he wants to do in the south involving the Vale and the Riverlands, who have both spurned him several times throughout his life. So he's got a great hate for both houses at the moment. He'd love to bring them down and make them pay for obviously turning him down. So, but yeah, as you can see, the North is now whole. The Rills at the minute isn't part of it, but they are actually fighting for the Starks, so they are part of the North. The only bits that aren't part of the North are a couple of the Hill clans for some reason, even though they did fight for him in the war. Some of them aren't bending the knee, but the Starks are going there to claim. I think it's literally only one province there. And then there's Cape Kraken as well, I believe, which isn't part of the North for whatever reason, but the rest is part of the North. The Glovers bent the knee to them and everything like that, so everything is sorted in the North, apart from the Night's Watch, which does need restoring at some point, so we could do with fixing that at some point, just so we've got our northern border fully secure then to concentrate on the Arryns and the Mudds. Over on Skagos, Donald has seated his younger brother, Lord Maladar, as High Lord of Skagos, so there's a second branch of House Stark there now. That's 3 branches of House Stark if you include the Grey Starks, obviously, in Andalia, which is interesting. We've obviously got many bastards on the way. We've already got our 4, but let's now get into this episode. So we have one new character, which was an interesting character. It was something very different. To instead of commanders and intrigue people, we actually got a mistress for Enger, which I really liked the idea of. Just a lowborn mistress. Where is she? She hasn't even got a second name. She's that lowborn. If we can find her. He's currently trying to seduce her, but that's obviously the plan with her anyway. We want her to be one of his many mistresses. Maybe this one will become a little bit more important to the story though, if I can actually find her. Here she is, Ravella. So an inquisitive web weaver. She's attractive, a seductress, lustful, ambitious and ruthless. So we are trying to seduce her, as I said, so hopefully we'll be able to do that pretty soon. We have a couple of councilors who aren't doing much at the moment, so let's have a look. What can we do? What can we do? Well, our Master of Laws, we will now send you back down to the Vale to try and fabricate claims. So we've already got a claim on Newkeep technically, because we have the High Lordship, so we could press that anyway. So let's try and get a claim on Heartsholme, the actual home of House Corbury. We can put House Corbury back in Heartsholme then. And let's get our Master of Whisperers to just sabotage the economy in the Vale, make things even worse for them, easier for when we do want to invade. And then our Hand of the King. There's not really much we can do with you at the moment. We'll just get you to oversee the realm for now. Our Crown Loyalists are quite strong. I don't know how he's got so many loyalists, High King Enger, considering how much of a dick he is. But yeah, we've got the Blooms, 2 factions of House Josso, the Rosehearts, Davos Redguard, and Owen Greystock, all in that faction of Crown Loyalists. So that's really good. It's only the Boltons and the Racks who still despise us, but hopefully we are slowly winning them around. The Racks, at least. Our opinion with Joa is slightly improving, but the Boltons still completely hate us. Right, let's unpause and see what things start to happen by we plan our next move. May live in harmony and contentment. We would like you to back. Oh, 1 second. King Donald the Usurper has inherited High Lordship of Skagos and other titles from Malador Stark. Okay, he's only just granted them to him, so I don't know why he's done that, but okay. May live in harmony and contentment. Well, the Hedge Knights are ready to depart our castle and ride forth to another lord's domain. Give them a farewell feast. Let them leave quickly. Yeah, we'll give them a feast. It's only going to cost us 10 gold. And we put on a good face for the outside world, don't we? Donald Stark has transferred the vassal contract of Lysa Flint to Bowen Glover. Okay. May live in harmony and contentment. We would like you to back our plot to kill Mance Snow. Who's Mance Snow? It's the Rosby bastard. No, I'm going to decline for now. I don't really want to... There's no need for me to get involved in that at all. Okay, so has he kept that title for himself? Yes, he has. You greedy bastard. You've took it off your brother to keep for yourself. Fair enough. So he wants 2 high lordships, does he? I didn't realise he was so greedy. But yeah, one thing we need to do to secure our northern border, and it's long, long overdue this is, we really, really, really need to sort out that northern border. We need to make sure the Night's Watch is secure, keep those dirty savages beyond the wall as Enger and the Andals would view them. So let's declare war on High Chief Tower and the Hunter. Let's restore the Night's Watch. Which one's which? That Shadow Tower, Castle Black. We'll go for Castle Black. Oh, we can't actually do it. Why can we not do it? High King Enger. All of the following must be true. Culture Ironborn, Culture Dornishman, Culture Firstmen. So we can't because we're Andal. High King Enger's realm. Oh, we don't neighbour the wall, so we can't actually restore the Night's Watch. Fair enough. So we won't do that then. We'll leave it and let Donald Stark try and restore the Night's Watch. He's currently at war. How's he doing in his war against House Wool? 0%. Can we offer to join that war? We can. We could offer to join and just send a couple of thousand men to keep the relationship good. So we will do that. We'll send some Grey Stark men. They are distant kin after all. So I'm sure they'll be happy to have them help them out. It's a huge army here in the Vale. A peasant revolt of 8,000 men. Wow, that is a huge peasant revolt. I don't think the Vale even have enough manpower to bring that down. 5,000. No, they don't. So that's good. That could cause a lot of trouble down in the Vale for us, which I really hope so. I'm sure to attend the minor event in the Wolf's Den so I could seduce Ravella. We've been dancing and conversing all night and she's clearly responding to my advances. Mead in my room, milady? Yeah, let's go straight for it. I'm sure it'll work. It always seems to work for Enger. I sure know how to cajole women. Ravella and I spent the night making sweet illicit love in her bed. I snuck off in the wee hours, leaving the court clueless, I hope. Seek new conquest? No, she's going to be another lover of King Enger. Hopefully she'll give him a good bastard. We've not got really got overly any interest in bastards, and we've received word that my lover Sarah is with child. Hopefully she will be able to persuade her husband to be the real father. No, I hope not. Sarah claims she started to show signs of pregnancy after your last night of lovemaking, but she plans to pass the child off as her husband's. At least the secret is safe. No, I want it passing off as my own. Roland Hook knows about my affair with Sarah. He knows the child she carries is actually mine. How embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing. That's good. I want the bastards all to ourselves. May live in harmony and contentment. I gladly accept your offer of assistance in my war. Let our enemies tremble. Okay, so we'll send the First Men troops in to help the First Men. Let's send the small Bolton and Greystark army in. We'll get them to meet up there. It's just over 2,000 men. I don't care about dragons, so we'll just send those in to help out. A son was born to High King Enger the Uncaring and Sarah Snow named Titus. Titus Woods. Oh, he's been born with a strong trait as well. Here we go. We could have our first really cool bastard. Okay. I've received news that my lover Rosamund is with child. Hopefully she'll be able to persuade her husband to be the real father. We can only hope. As you arrive at court, you see Kenneth fix you with a steely gaze. At first you think nothing of it, but you soon hear of all the talk of the court. Everyone knows that Rosamund is pregnant, and worse, everyone knows that you are the father. She confessed to the entire affair. I suppose she had no choice. It seems my amorous adventures have resulted in a child. Little Titus is my spitting image. Acknowledge him as mine. Of course, Titus Sevenstar, Titus Snow. High King Enger the Uncaring fulfilled the ambition to have 5 children. My wife Sybil tells me she is pregnant, but that can't be right, can it? Yes, it is right, because we went and gave her a good tumble in the last episode. Right, you, Titus Snow. With the strong trait, awesome. So we'll get you struggle straight away. We could make a very good bastard out of Titus Snow here. So let's assign him a good guardian, someone with good martial. Let's give him to... Who's the better fighters out of all? Have we got any formidable fighters we could send him to? Not in our court. What if we asked Lord Colmar Bloom to be the guardian? I think he's already got 2 wards, has he? No, he's not got any. Oh, he's in hiding. Fair enough. Right, so let's go back to Titus again. Assign guardian. Let's just go with whoever we've got who's the best fighter. Donald Greenskin. Donald Crownless. There we go. I've received news that my lover Andalia is with child. Oh my god, there's so many coming. We probably should ease down on these a little bit in future. She'll be able to persuade her husband to be the real father, we can hope. But no, she's told him. Cregan fixes you with a steely... Oh, perfect as well. It's Cregan Stark. Perfect. Right, we need a new ambition. What can we go with for a new ambition? Improve combat ability, become exalted among men. Let's try and improve our combat ability because at the minute it is absolutely pathetic. And we are knighted and we do have a Valyrian steel sword, so it would be pretty good if we could actually use that sword. My lover Winfred has just informed me she is pregnant with child. What wonderful news. Winfred claims she has started to show signs of pregnancy after your last night of lovemaking, but she says she will drink some moon tea to prevent any scandalous birth. You would kill my unborn child? I don't think so. Winfred agreed to not take the moon tea and will have your child. She will begrudgingly bear you a bastard. Good. Right, yeah, let's get our army together. Who should we get to lead this? Donald. Let's go with first man if we can. Yeah, Theon Bolton can lead this small force to march north. High King Enger, after listening to the advice of a group of bannermen led by Lord Domeric Blackmire of Greycrun, I hereby enact a series of laws empowering my council to act and vote on matters pertaining the governments of the High Lordship of the next signed Lord Jonas of House Reed. That's a good point. Can we change any of our laws? Let's have a look. Yes, let's try and go for medium realm authority. It may upset a few people, so let's go. See how that turns out. Maybe not very well, but while we've got so many loyalists on the council, let's try and make our powers a little bit better. Lord Jonas sent me a very skillfully written letter to explain his ardent wish to maintain a good relationship between 2 honourable rulers such as we are. It sounds reasonable. Yeah, we'll keep people on side if we can. I thought it over and I cannot be the father of my wife Sybil's baby as it grows in her belly. I have trouble sleeping. I must put this matter to rest. We'll hire someone to find out then, just in case. We don't want our only son to be heir. This is getting more and more like Aegon the Unworthy by the day. Like, literally, he didn't think that his first son was his, did he? A raven has arrived from the Citadel. We should rejoice as winter is coming to an end. Perfect. Are the Starks even going to need our help? There's only 1,200 men there, but yeah, we'll get involved anyway once our men finally meet up in the Lunar Hills. They're slowly marching there. The maid I hired to gain my wife Sybil's confidence has not found anything at all suspicious about her pregnancy. That's a relief. I must know. I will confront her directly. That's a relief. We'll leave it as it is then, right? We know that it is. I'm pretty sure it is. We did sleep with her in the last episode, so there's a good chance that it is ours. Right, so the Vale have 2,000 men to counter those 8,000. That's awesome. I wonder if we can try and get some more relationships down in the Vale with some more of the great Andor houses. Got House Belmore. Do they have any children? He has a 12-year-old son. Let's see if we can arrange a betrothal between him and one of the 7-star princesses. We do have quite a few 7-star princesses in our court. Let's go with Ashara 7-star, our cousin, Owen's youngest child. No, not interested. So yeah, everyone turns us down. What about the Royces? He has a young son, Roland Royce, the heir to Runestone. Can we arrange a betrothal between him and one of our bastard daughters, maybe? And yeah, he's willing to marry his heir to our bastard daughter, Eleanor Snow. So yes, send. Hopefully we can get the Royces on side. What other houses have we got down here? House Mooton, ruling in 9 stars now, which is interesting. House Waynwood, maybe? Wow, lots of kids. Lots and lots of kids. There's the actual heir. He does have a daughter. Arrange a betrothal between his heir and Titus, our bastard. Titus Snow and Corella Waynwood. Yes, he's actually willing to go for that. Perfect. Send. So there's 2 Vale alliances. And let's see if we can get the hunters on side. Lord Gilwood Hunter, let's arrange a betrothal between him and see if he will accept it with our cousin Ashara, who's closer to his age. No, not interested, but he's too old for our other daughters, so we'll leave the Hunters for now. We've gained, hopefully, 2 good relationships there with the Royces and the Wainwoods, so we'll see how they turn out. Hopefully get some alliances. It'll help us out when we try and conquer the Vale. The pregnancy has caused my wife to develop quite the unusual tastes. Most of what she asks for dinner nowadays ranges from mildly unsettling to positively revolting. Still, scholars do agree that a pregnant woman's craving should always be accommodated. I'll make sure she gets all she wants and more. We want our true-born son. Let things tick over slowly. We'll keep our eye on them factions because you never know when another one against us is going to pop up. Same as these plots, but there's nothing against us at present, so we're okay. To the heroic High King Enger, blessed upon you and your house, I've decided to accept your gesture of betrothal between Titus and Corella, Lady of Iron Oaks. Right, can we form an alliance? Yes, perfect. We've got the Wainwoods on side, so if we can get the Royces on side as well, just like we did with the Corbrays and the Coldwaters. To the heroic High King Enger, may you live in harmony and contentment, I've decided to accept your suggestion of a betrothal between Eleanor and Roland. Perfect. Can we form an alliance with the Royces? Yes. Absolutely perfect. Your wisdom and mercy, Leger, I, Lady Jane of Iron Oaks, accept your proposal for an alliance. So we're getting these on side. We'll go for the Vale first, as they're a little bit weaker. And we don't really have any claims on anywhere in the Riverlands yet. I do want to take some of this northern Riverland land. May you live in harmony and contentment. I, Lord Marwyn, the Burner of Redfort. Oh wow, that's a nice nickname, isn't it? Is he the one who killed off the Redforts then? Accept your proposal for an alliance. Perfect. Right. Is there any others? Dartmoor, we've got another house, Corbray, okay. Crabshaw, random house. Wickerden, random house. So it's only really the Belmores. If we can get those on side. He's too old for our daughters, though, who are way too young for him, so we ain't going to really get that alliance by the looks of it. There are maybe some other houses around, though, that we could... There's another branch of House Hunter. House Tollett does have a young son, Edison Tollett, great. Got Ed Tollett. Maybe about the Graftons of Ghoultown. Oh, they've been replaced, great. Well, he's got a son, and he's got another son. He's already married to a Belmore. We'll leave it for now. At least we don't have any wars going on. We're just waiting for our claims, really, now to get pressed on the lands that we want so that we can try and press those claims. The Lords of Andalia have approved the institution of the Medium Realm Authority Law. Perfect. Oh, Enger. You've got them right around your little finger. Oh, I've just realised the First Knight's still legal as well, which is worrying. Okay. Now our heir is obviously Galbert Greystark, followed by Harwood Bolton, as we don't have a true-born son of our own yet, but we could always legitimise one of our bastards if it comes to it. But hopefully, our wife is going to bear us a true-born son. Maegor Vakar has had a dragon egg added to his treasury. Magister Joss of Poet has declared Poet's slave raid on the coastlands of Lord Criston, the second of the Coastlands Sea, and that's why you shouldn't have gone back over there, Lord Criston Silvereye. I have no idea why the Silvereyes went back over there in the first place. Desmond of Faring Cross, Peasant Revolt has declared Peasant Revolt in the Grandlands. Okay, as long as it's not in our realm. And here we go, we've got our 2,000 men to help the Starks. Let's march those now to join the Stark force. Wow, the Riswalls don't have much of an army, do they, from the Rills? 250 men. I can only imagine how Rosamund must feel, as if being unable to publicly declare our feelings for each other was not enough. She now must lie about the fruit of our love. I must visit her. Yeah, let's go visit her. Hopefully we can get another bastard. Your Grace, since I arrived in Sevensport, there has never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troops stationed there. Under our guidance, they believe fame and fortune awaits them. Your humble Master-at-Arms, Lord Colmore Bloom. Let us hope so. Alaric Sunderland attempted to imprison Albert Borrell, and he has. Okay, that's interesting. What's going to be happening on the sisters? I can only imagine how Winfried must feel, as if being unable to publicly declare our feelings for each other was not enough. She now must lie about the fruit of our love. Let's go visit her as well, then. My lover Leslyn has just informed me that she is pregnant with my child. Leslyn Redguard, nice. She's already gave us one bastard. Perfect. Got a few bastards on the way, haven't we? It's ridiculous. I can only imagine how Sarah must feel, as if being unable to publicly declare our feelings for each other was not enough. She now must lie about our fruit of love. We'll visit her as well, day by day. It's a good tradition to have some gossips around a pregnant woman in order to keep her calm and distracted from the tribulations of this delicate time in her life. As Sybil's husband, it is my duty to provide her with the support she needs. She needs familiar faces around, yet we'll make that happen. Really hope that we get our son. Albert Burrell has had Sword of the Sky removed from there. Oh, right, he's been banished to the Night's Watch. Okay. So he's not taking any prisoners over on the Sisters, the new Lord Sunderland. Hopefully he doesn't like the treason, so he stays away from being treasonous against us. We can declare war on the Vale to try and take New Keep, which I'm tempted to do. Just while we wait for our other claims, because I want to try and get them in high lordships bit at a time. Offer a non-aggression pact, as if she's going to go for that. We can't declare war. And oh yeah, because we've already got troops raised for the war that we're currently in, haven't we? Duh. I make some stupid mistakes sometimes. Roderick of Roderick Bradgood's host has declared Roderick Bradgood's host invasion of the last half on King Donald the Usurper. I wish these ended invasions would stop happening now. We can always try and help him out in that war as well, though, if need be. Let's attach our army to his army, giving him some extra troops. I'm not sending any more troops in. Those 2,000 will do. At least then we show that we are helping him. We did give him 20,000 troops in the last episode to help take his homeland, so he can't really complain, can he? Is there anything we can do in court? Let's have a little look. We could search for a smith to try and make something. We do have a lot in our treasury already. Conscript merchant ships. 100 ships arrive in White Bay, non-reinforcing, maintenance free. Doesn't really do much though for us, does it? Could hold a can't hold a feast. Let's search for a smith. Let's make something. Why not? What type of smith do you wish to send for? We've already made some nice armor and jewels. Then again, now we've already made armor, we maybe have to make some better. No, let's forge. Then again, we haven't got a lot of money. We'd best leave that for now, actually. We haven't probably got enough to follow through with it all the way to the end. Let's instead command our household guard. Defend Sevenstar, enforce my will. Improve my levies in Sevenstar. Yeah, just drill the soldiers. Train the small folk. Drill the soldiers. Drill the soldiers. Just so we've got something happening at least while we try and get that claim. Your Grace, I am pleased to report I have captured some high-value prisoners after our successful siege of Wall Seat. I hereby turn them over to you for your judgment. Oh, perfect. Clap Lord Carlin in irons and leave the rest. Okay, so we've managed to capture some really impressive prisoners by the looks of it. Lady Bowl and a Glover. Perfect. Let's take them into house arrest for now. We can make some money off those. And because of that, they'll be able to end that war now because we captured some decent prisoners. That reminds me, we've actually still got some other prisoners. We've got 5 prisoners. We've still got the Flints who usurp the North. What do we do with you? We could try and ransom you, but you're like literally not worth anything. We could execute you. You did. Yeah, we'll execute you. You did usurp the North, so our wife, I'm guessing, would want you executed. He will be beheaded. At the age of 61, your prisoner, Patrick Flint, was beheaded. Perfect. Victory in the Siege of Berwick. Why are they not ending that war? Okay, who else have we got prisoner-wide? Andorra Bowl, who is married to the Glover that we've got. Can we ransom her? Yes, for 10 gold, so we'll do that, and we'll try and ransom you afterwards once the war's over. You can have your wife's freedom for now. Why are they not ending the war? Why are they going to fight them? Just end the war now. I cannot believe it. Dearest Ravella, my ravishing enchantress, you are gone from this world and I am left behind alone and heartbroken. I will never hold you in my arms again. I do not know what to do with these unbearable feelings. I will seek solace at your grave, my love. Visit the grave of Ravella. I don't want to see anyone leave me alone depressed. No, we'll go visit her. So that new character died straight away, and that's what happens when you don't marry them off. I forgot to marry her off, but as our mistress, it was awkward to do. So I do apologise for her very short existence. King Carlin of the North Road accepted King Donald the Usurper's peace offer. King Donald the Usurper has usurped the title Lordship of Crow's Edge from Lord Carlin of North. Okay, so he's actually took the title. He wasn't trying to get them as vassals, actually take their title. He's turned into a bit of a tyrant, old King Donald is, which is pretty surprising. Right, let's march our troops home. A daughter was born to High King Enger the Uncaring and Sarah Stark named Elena Snow. Okay. Thanks to the gods' great mercy, there were no other visitors at Ravella's grave when I arrived. I spent several hours mere yards from her cold body contemplating the fragility of life and love. When I returned to my chambers, as if a big sign sent from Ravella, I found her lucky charm on the floor. I will cherish it until the day I die. Gets lover's memento given the following effects. Health improved. Perfect. And we've got another daughter, Elena Snow. My god, all we have is daughters. When are we going to get more sons? Your wisdom and mercy, I legally accept paying your ransom for the return. Why is she not coming up on here, Eleanor Snow? Eleanor Snow, why is she not coming up as our daughter? Why is it doing this with certain bastards, not actually making them ours? It's quite annoying. Make her important, send her a gift. Can we not? Plot to kidnap, possible plot power, 996%. Oh dear. A daughter was born to High King Enger the Uncaring and Rosamund Sevenstar, named Mora. That's another bastard. We actually get to name this one. Oh, she's got the attractive trait. Very interesting. So we'll go for a diplomacy focus with you, and we will name you. We'll name you after our mother then. If you're attractive, and you'll probably end up being quite impressive. Rennie of the Hill was obviously supposed to be a very beautiful woman, so we'll name you after her, Rennie Snow. I don't know if she'll be honoured by that. And you have a new heir. If your character dies, you will now play as Shella Sevenstar. So we had a full. We had a daughter as a trueborn, but I don't really like the name Shella, to be honest. What names haven't we used yet? Name after grandmother, name after mother, Sybil, no, Alice, Rennie, Rosamund, Jane, Roslyn. Let's look for a name that we've not used yet. Kyra Sevenstar. Yeah, let's go with that. That's different. Okay, and oh wow, and now another daughter's just been born, Pia Sevenstar. How's Kyra Sevenstar? Is she anything interesting? Not really. Oh, she's not been born with the blonde hair of House Sevenstar, so the Stark seed is stronger than the Sevenstar seed, it seems. A daughter was born to High King Enger the Uncaring and Enger Sevenstar, named Pia Sevenstar. Okay, and she's not coming up as actually our child either, the same as Benfrey Snow for some reason. Why is Andara Sevenstar not announcing our children as our own? And a son was born to High King Enger the Uncaring and Winfred Stark, named Joran Stark. Acknowledge him as mine, of course. Another son, Joran Sevenstar. Can we not name you? Yes, rename. Let's give some of these different names. I'm going to call you Ambrose. So that's another bastard. We've only got one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the 3 that it won't allow us to have. So we've got 10 children already. Perfect. 10 children by the age of 20. That is absolutely ridiculous. King Donald the Usurper has created the title High Lordship of the North Clans. I wonder if he'll actually give it away, or is he going to hog that one for himself as well, the greedy bastard. Right, who have we still got as prisoners? Medgar Flint, Lord of Breakstone. So he's actually a lord, so we could ransom him for some good money, but we can't. So we'll keep hold of you for now then, if you can't pay your ransom. And who else have we got? Joran, who's a hill clansman who's not very impressive, so we will... we'll execute you then, just to get rid of you out of the prison. Beheaded. He fought for the Flints, so... And he's not highborn, he's not worth any money, just behead him, get rid of him. Anyway, it's time for our mid-POV, and if you remember in the last episode, the Barrington and the rest of the Farthest Fields, the Farthest Four, Silver Spear, were all raided and sacked by the Ironborn, but we did manage to slaughter them and get them away. But now we're going to go to Lord Enger the Evil for his thoughts on that. The men had all finally gathered in the council chamber of the ancient Barrow Hall. Lord Wilbert Richards, Lord Peter Silvereye, his 2 vassals Sir John of the Fords, Marshal of the Fields, and the young new Master Alistair. They had come to discuss the glaring issue which had affected them, the damn Ironborn. They had raided his lands and killed his people. He would not let this happen again. He sat at the high seat of the hall that had once belonged to the Barrow Kings as well as his father. Now it was his. It's good that you have all answered my summons. We all know the issue which has recently plagued these lands. The damned Ironborn have begun raiding our lands. We need to prevent any further incursions. They have sacked villages, destroyed or stolen our crops, slaughtered innocents and taken many of our able-bodied men as thralls and our women as so-called salt wives. We need to solve this problem at once. Crown has given us funds to defend ourselves. However, it is up to us how to use them combined with our own treasury. Lord Peter was the first to speak up. I suggest the building of new fortresses along the coast to protect us. Enger replied in a cold and somewhat irritated voice. And how will that bring vengeance to those who have been killed? It will only protect us for the future, but they will not bring justice to those who have been slaughtered. It was then that the old and grizzled Sir John replied, A fleet will be able to transport us to the Iron Islands and make sure they will never raid us again. Enger turned to the Master. Do we have the coin to finance this endeavour? Indeed, Lord Firehand, the treasury is still full from when the Dustins ruled the town, and it has only gotten more prosperous under your father's rule.
Lord Wilbert, I assign you with overseeing the building of this fleet. You have served my father well, and I hope you don't fail me, for your sake. I will not fail you, my lord, Wilbert replied, giving a nod. Enger stood from his chair and turned to look at each of the men. However, let me make one thing clear. The Ironborn will be punished for their crimes, and I expect every one of you to serve me well. I do not take failure or betrayal lightly. You may have heard rumours of why I have my nickname, but there is no need to worry. The extreme ones are exaggerated, but some do speak of a partial truth. If you fail me, these rumours will become your reality. Understood? Good. Council dismissed. One of them was helping the Ironborn. He knew that this couldn't have happened this easily. He watched as they left, most of them with fear in their eyes. It was time to question the prisoners. A few Harlaw raiders had been captured, and he would learn all he could from them before having them killed. They would be burnt after the torture so that they would never meet their false god. He entered the dungeon, and all through the night the screams could be heard through the barrow hall.
And we're back, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that mid-POV. So we are going to try and aim to build a great western fleet. Of course, we have a great fleet in the east around Sevensport and the Sisters and the Fingers. So we have an amazing fleet over here, but we need to build ourselves a better fleet over on this west side so that we can defend and attack against the Ironborn. And that'll probably see us wanting to expand further down and take Seaguard and the lands around there just to give us a better defensive on that western coast. But here we are, we have a letter from King Donald the Usurper. Dear friend, your wisdom and mercy are legend. We request that you honour your obligation and answer this call to arms against Roderick of Roderick Bradgood's host. Except, of course, I will help you in this war. At the age of 0, your subject Magella Brightmire died stillborn. That's a shame. At the age of 27, your acquaintance Desmond was beheaded. Don't even know who he is. A daughter was born to Sir Rodwell Sevenstar and Manessa Rack, named Valiet. Valiet? That's an interesting name. Born quick, born sicklet. That's always the case. So because she's been born with the quick trait, I bet you she'll probably die now when I press OK. Oh, no, she hasn't. She hasn't died. Not yet. That's good. Right, so let's have a look at this host that is attacking the north. A daughter was born to Lord Aletus of Little Sister and Lady Melira, named Rasea. Okay, another snowfall for the sisters. Right, where is this host? Where is it invaded? Or has it not actually invaded yet? Doesn't look like it's actually invaded yet, so we'll bring our army back over. We may need to add another couple of armies. So let's have a look. We've got the Bloom army, the Sevensport army, which is ridiculously strong, the Roseheart army, and the Whitford army there. We'll just send in the old Andalian army. We'll merge them together. That's going to give us a good amount of men, 7,000 or so. Merge them with the Northern army that we've already sent, and that should be enough to hopefully help the Starks in the invasion that's happening against them from some random Andal. How many men do the Starks have? 13,000. So the North is recovering. They are getting more and more manpower, which is good. The Vale's still losing heavily to that peasant revolt, which is awesome news. I'm very happy to see that. Let's forward things along. At the age of 52, your acquaintance, Lord Kristen II of the Coastlands, died of cancer. Truces are expiring with the Glovers. Okay, I didn't know that we had anything to do with the Glovers anyway, so I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, so the Starks have got a big unit. Once we send our men up, there should be more than enough men to help them out with that invasion. The war against the tyranny of King Timon the Black has ended, and as Ronald Florent joined the Williams host invasion of the West March as defender. Okay, so the Florent First Man Jogus Nye, which sounds more and more ridiculous every time we read it, has been captured. So there's a new king in the Reach now, a young 5-year-old Florent. Okay, interesting. I know he was quite a tyrant king, so it's no surprise that he has finally been taken down. I hope that we do get ourselves a true-born son at some point. But at least we have a daughter now, so at least there is a 7-star heir now, and it won't pass to the Boltons, which I was really, really worried about. Right, where's this host going to... Haha, here's the fleet. 200 galleys just... Why the hell is it attacking up here in the west? I don't understand that when an Andal invasion happens. Surely they'd attack on the eastern side. They've got 11,000 men, though, which isn't a great amount. So our army that we've just merged together here in Sevensport, if we march it up here, combined with the other 2,500 men, that's 10,000 men to help the Starks already exist in 11,000 men, which is a hell of a lot. Having many lovers is exciting and fulfilling. So much love, so much desire, but so little time. I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends, so we can break up with some... Andara Sevenstar, is that the one who never announces her children as ours? Yes, it is. So we will break up with Andara. Suppose with these kings, they have favourites for a little while. He's probably grew bored of her now. He didn't even like her that much. He only went with her because, obviously, she was married to his rival. So we'll break up with Andara for now and get rid of one of our lovers. I've got a couple of bastards out of her, which she hasn't even declared as ours. I need to fix that somehow. If anyone knows how to fix it, I've tried plotting and all sorts, and I just can't get it to work. So, is there any other ways here? No, it's all about killing people. Sea Queen Sybil of Andalia dead. Bit harsh. Did that say I could look into the dragon dreams? No, that's all right then. Normally that comes up when you when someone's plotting against you, so that means no one's plotting. That's good. Your Grace, I'm pleased to report that the majority of the population in Frosty Shore has been converted to the faith of the Seven. Oh, interesting. So House Oxter has finally converted its lands. The recent conversion of Frosty Shore to the faith of the Seven has brought great unrest in the unfaithful parts of your realm. So let's have a look at that now. My liege, I am pleased to report that your errant subject Beth has converged to the faith of the Seven. Who's she? I don't even know who she is, but okay, it's good though. People are converting. Okay, yes, there's a little bit of faith of the Seven up there now. Right. A daughter was born to High King Enger the Uncaring and Leslyn Redguard named Alison Redguard. Okay, no, we'll acknowledge her as ours. When are we going to start having more sons? The amount of daughters we've got is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, right, is our army almost up there now to help out? John Frostfry has been a leal and able servant, having successfully completed many tasks in the aid of Andalia. It will be seen as the right and honourable course to reward him with certain incomes and grants, as to foster greater loyalty. Yes, he does deserve to be honoured with some loyalty. I'm not giving him an heirloom, so we'll just give him some gold for now. That'll do the trick. Let's get our army up here to join with the Stark army. Your Grace, for too long, Taran Barth has occupied my rightful seat, and I will stop at nothing to take it from him. I humbly ask you to provide me with coin so I may hire an army to achieve this. Chief of the Haunted Forest. Really? No thank you. Your Grace, I write to express my consternation at the fact Sir Morton Truesword enjoys command of your armies, and someone of higher status would clearly be more appropriate. I petition that he be removed and command that I should take his place. You've got nothing good about commanding about you, Joa. And you're also plotting against us all the time. And Thingy's Truesword's one of our best commanders, so no, he's doing a fine job, Joa, sorry. Gonna make him hate us even more. But he already hates us anyway, so it's taken a long time to get these claims down in the Vale today. Right, here we go. 10,000 men. We'll have Morton, Darnold, and Garibaldi leading that. And let's march it on to the host, and we'll try and combine ourselves with the Stark force on the way, giving them 20,000 men, which should absolutely slaughter that host. Your Grace, while investigating the rumour of a plot in Sevensport, I was attacked by armed thugs. I barely escaped with my life and am now severely wounded. Your humble hand of the king, Owen Sevenstar. Oh no, I hope he isn't going to die. Infirm, wounded. So he is actually really badly wounded, and he's getting on a bit now, poor Owen. Hope he's okay. Hopefully he's okay. Let's march on to that army in Deepwood Mott then. I've just noticed that we can actually send Owen to assemble a mercenary company, so I may do that. Lose 50 gold, brings together a band of soldiers and starts to look for employment. Gather some men under the command of Owen and make them available for anyone to hire. You'll gain part of the income that the company brings in when hired by another party. I may do that when he gets a little bit older and he's had enough of being Hand of the King, or we get a better choice for Hand of the King. I think that may be a good choice to send him off to make a mercenary band. Lord Jonas wrote me a letter expressing his fervent desire to know me better so that we can come to a good acquaintances. Okay, he loves us, doesn't he, Lord Jonas of the Bullseye? Sure, I'm happy to talk to him about it. Has he got any daughters? He's got some sons, Walton, Galbert Hooton, who's 4. Would you be interested in a betrothal to one of our bastard daughters? Adara Snow, maybe? Yes, you are. Perfect. There you go. Trying to get really friendly with us. We'll be friendly back. We've got a lot of bastards to marry off. Hell of a lot of bastards, which is going to cause a lot of problems in the future, I'm guessing. Peace with you. I've decided to accept your suggestion of a betrothal between Adara and Galbert. Perfect. Perfect, Lord Jonas. Thank you very much. We need to look for some betrothals for all those bastards at some point. We'll have to do it probably in the next episode or so. Let's just help the Starks get rid of this Andal invasion for now. Maegor Vaker has had Sovereign's Whip removed from their treasury. Okay. Wow, the Starks are actually getting their arses handed to them. So it looks like the Andalia is going to save the Starks' arse again. Second time that we've saved their necks. So he should absolutely love us by now, Donald Stark. Betrothed can marry. Who's this? Horella of Sindor and Damien Shycross. Yes, send. We've sorted out a Valyrian match for Damien Shycross, who seems to be progressing quite well. That family, that's a family that deserves land. If any family deserves land, they really deserve something once we finally get something to give to them. Right, where has the host gone? Has it managed to go back onto its ships? Aha, perfect. My liege, my work in Hearthstone seems to have come to fruition. By bribing, cajoling, extorting, threatening, and forging documents, I've managed to fabricate a claim on the lordship of Hearthstone, presently held by Queen Rowena of Mountain of Vale. Use it. Perfect. Right. What else is part of that high lordship? Does your high lordships... oh, that's actually part of the Giant's Lance. Oh, okay, so we're not going to be able to take that. So let's go into the Night Song High Lordship next set. Oh, no. Fabricate a claim on Moonsgrey. And then we'll go for Strong Song and Crown's Crag, which has got some houses there who aren't canon houses, so it's a chance for us to land some of our own. To the Great Seducer Enger, blessing upon you and your house, I accept the suggestion that Damien and Horella get married. Perfect. Hopefully they'll have more children, as a lot of the Shycrosses did die out a while ago. And there's a Shycross that's just died. Eleanor Shycross died a natural death at the age of 55. Oh, there she is. Yeah, most of you should remember her from all the chaos that she caused in Ambrose's reign, midway or early on in Ambrose's reign. At the age of 40, you're acquainted, yeah, no one important. Let's chase down this host then, which seems to be going up here. Okay, so he's landed Lord Owen of the North Clans, a Kerwin. He's given the North Clans to a Kerwin. Interesting. Liddell, Flint, Knott, and Norris. So he's actually unseated the walls altogether. He's given the North Road, owned by a Glover, back to the Night's Watch though. He's given them some extra land. Oh no, he's not actually given that back to it, because at this point that wasn't part of the Night's Watch, was it? So he's actually extended it. What Queen Alysanne did, he's done it himself. Interesting. Let's try and finish this Andal invasion though before we end today's episode. Not major events in today's episode, but of course major events can't happen every time, but hopefully they will do soon. I've received news my lover Sarah is with child. Hopefully she will be able to persuade her husband to be the real father. Sarah claims she started to show signs of pregnancy after your last night of lovemaking, but she plans to pass the child off as her husband's. No, I want them as my own. Stop trying to pass them off as other people's. Let's forward along. Let's chase down this army. Where are they going to march to? Are they going to march eastward? They've marched up to the North Road. Right, let's try and chase them down then. My lover Winfred Stark has expressed a desire to get married and has asked for my permission to find a suitable spouse. I'll find you somebody. Yeah, you're a Stark after all. You deserve a decent marriage. If we can give you one to somebody in our realm. Have we got anyone unmarried? Is Sir Walder Firehand? Oh wow, his wife's got grayscale. He's married a Woods. Oh, interesting. But she's got grayscale anyway. Silvereye, he's already married. Richards, I think you're already married, aren't you? Damon's married to Lysa Josso. Leopold Snow's married. You're married. Married. Well, this must be someone. A decent match for a Stark somewhere in the realm. You're too young. You're obviously a female. You're too young as well. You're married. Joa, are you remarried yet? Yes, remarried. Only 11. Could make a betrothed, but she's a bit too young for you. Robin of High Point. Why has had another child die? He's had the worst luck with children. You're betrothed already to a Crescent. You're obviously married. Oh, he's had another son. Warwick Greystark. Awesome. Perfect. So there's another Greystark now around. Lady Milena of Luna Woods. Her son's way too young. She does have a sibling who's a bastard. So we'll have to... Have we got anyone in our court that would be a good match for a Stark? Not really. We haven't got any siblings or anything like that. We need to find her a decent match. Is there anyone down in the Vale? Lord Corbray, I think he remarried already, hasn't he? Yeah. So there's not really anybody that we could marry her off to? We'll find somebody. We'll think of somebody who would be a good choice. Open council position. A new priest. Oh, we need a new priest. We need a new septon. Interesting. I did notice as well that, can you remember Lionel? Where is he? The other brother of Enger. His oldest daughter, Freya, has become a septon. She did have a son, Dynastic Bloom, but her husband died, and now she's a priest for the faith, which is interesting. Right, where is that army going? Let's march over there. It looks like they're going into the last halfland, so let's try and cut them off and attack them. The Starks are chasing them as well, so there we go. That should end that war. A temple has been finished in Shadowmoor. Okay, so they're building some weirwood groves in the north by the looks of it. Now the Starks are back in power. They'll probably try and make the old god faith pretty strong there, I imagine, with such a dangerous neighbour / ally. And there we go. That should absolutely crush that host now, and then we can bring our troops home once that's over. Victory, yes, 100%. So we'll bring our troops home, ready to disband. We've managed to hold off that Andal invasion on the north, helping our allies. Hopefully they will come to our aid when we need them, when we attack the Vale. How is the Vale doing in this peasant revolt? They must be losing heavily, surely. No, 4% in favour of her, so the peasant revolt's literally useless and can't do anything by the looks of it. Let's bring the troops home. Hopefully it'll end that war pretty soon. Roderick Bradgood accepted King Donald the Usurper's peace offer. Perfect. The Roderick Bradgood's host invasion of last half has ended. The dragon. I don't care. Don't care about dragons. Come here to get away with them, as I said. I always say that I don't care. Let's bring the troops home, though, and then we can end today's episode, guys. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. As always, guys, I really do appreciate it. I hope that you have enjoyed. Even though there wasn't any major events, we've obviously started preparing for our next expansion into the Vale again to get revenge on the Arryns. We've had a lot more bastards, of course, as well. Look at all those kids, plus the ones who haven't been acknowledged as ours for whatever reason. But I hope that you have enjoyed, guys. As I said, please don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode.
He arrived in the early evening. The tide was high and waves crashed against the docks of Little Sister. Lord Snowfall was waiting for him and his retinue. "Lord Bloom," the Northman said, "it is good to see you've arrived safely. The waters around these islands can be rough for the unfamiliar." Cornwall nodded and smiled. The trip was nothing to complain about. Lord Snowfall smiled back and said, "Best to move inland. This isn't the best weather to talk in." He gave him a brief smirk and started walking down the dock to a pair of horses. The ride to Lord Snowfall's keep was mercifully brief. The winds coming from the sea bit at Cornwall's neck. When they entered the keep, Lord Snowfall led him into a private solar. "Well, my lord, what is the state of things?" Cornwall asked. The Northern Lord nodded. "The sisters are abnormally quiet. I expected Lord Borrell or the new Lord Sunderland to start plotting again, but currently they have fallen in line." Cornwall let out a sigh of relief. "That's good. After Lord Sunderland's passing, I wasn't certain if this independence movement would outlive him. Have you met with young Alaric yet?" "The sister men have always been after independence, but for now they seem to have settled down, and young Alaric, he has kept his head down. I've yet to see him take any stance, be it independence or anything else. As long as they swear fealty to the crown, they'll be left to their own devices. King Enger cares little for how his lords rule their own lands. All he asks is that they pay taxes and uphold their pledges when the time comes for war, although I can see why they're so discontent." Lord Snowfall concurred. "Yes, they all know it, clearly my lord, but it comes into conflict with their culture and code of honour. It makes them as stubborn as Northmen. They fought for their independence only to have it taken away from them. Lord Alaric is new to his position, but if he does step out of line, I'll make sure to send you a raven. He has been acting rather idle, but I believe he may be up to something." "His Majesty would be most grateful for that, my lord," Cornwall smiled. Tensions have also risen in the sisters with what happened with the former Lord Borrell. He tried to usurp the High Lordship of the sisters from Lord Sunderland, but that thankfully got the idiot sent to the wall. For one, I say he deserved it. He acted out of lust for power, not loyalty to the crown," Snowfall added. Cornwall nodded in agreement. "Aye, he passed through the capital on his way to the wall. He's lucky he wasn't executed for what he did. Not that the wall is a much better fate. They live in the freezing cold looking out for snarks and grumpkins. I still don't see how you Northmen hold it in such high esteem, no matter what Lord Greystock or Lord Bolton tell me." "The wall is something you should always respect, my lord. It protects us from more than snarks and grumpkins. Many things lay beyond that wall, and you should heed these words, creatures that can make a giant lose its power and strength. But enough on those old tales, as northern folk will always respect the wall. You will understand in time, Lord Snowfall smiled. Even when he's been landed down by the Vale, he still sticks to his roots, Colmore thought. He respected that. He was a stubborn northerner though, through and through, and most of all he was loyal to Andalia. Lord Snowfall would surely prove to be a reliable ally here in the Sisters. Colmore raised his hands in surrender. I'm sure there is some truth to the wall. Lord Snowfall chuckled and poured both of them a drink.